You're not poor because of fate. You're poor because you've been taught to think like it's permanent. Maybe not in words, but in patterns. In small, silent decisions you make every day that drain your energy, your time, your focus, and your future. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Sovereign Doctrine, the stronghold of men who forge their own destiny. Today we're cutting through the noise and exposing 10 quiet habits that keep people broke, no matter how much they earn. Let's start with the most basic trap: trading time for money and thinking that's the only way. You work an hour, you get paid. You stop working, it stops coming. That's not wealth, that's survival. Robert Kiyosaki called it the rat race for a reason. If you're only earning through effort, you're capped. The wealthy build systems, buy assets, and own what pays them, even while they sleep. Poor thinkers say, I need a raise. Rich thinkers ask, how do I own equity? But even when people get the opportunity to escape the cycle, they hesitate. Why? Because they fear risk more than they fear regret. They wait, they stall, they convince themselves that comfort is safer than uncertainty. It's not. Playing it safe is how people stay stuck. As Housel said in The Psychology of Money, the biggest risk is thinking that avoiding risk is a strategy. Wealth doesn't come from fear. It comes from calculated action. And what do most people do with the money they do have? They spend it. All of it. Immediately. Before they've invested a cent. They get paid and it's already gone. Rent, car, dopamine, repeat. The fix is simple. Flip the script. You invest first, automatically, before you even touch your money. Wealth is not built through discipline alone. It's built through systems. If your money isn't being put to work, neither are you. But so many people are more interested in looking rich than being rich. And that's the next trap flexing for people who don't care. You buy the car, the clothes, the watch, to impress strangers who won't remember your name. Meanwhile, the real millionaires are driving Camrys, building portfolios, and living below their means. The Millionaire Next Door broke it down perfectly. True wealth is quiet. Poor people want to be seen. Rich people want to be free. The worst part? Most people don't even know how money works. They avoid financial literacy like it's math class. They don't know how taxes bleed them. They don't understand inflation. They've never heard of compound interest, and they think budgeting means punishment. So they stay confused and broke. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Psychology of Money. These are not options, they're requirements. If you don't understand money, you'll always work for someone who does. And that leads right into debt. Not all debt is evil, but most people don't use it as a tool. They use it like a crutch. Credit cards, car loans, buy now, pay later, subscriptions piling up. Debt becomes a lifestyle. And once you're in it, you serve it. You're not working for freedom, you're working for the interest rate. There's no such thing as financial independence when you owe everything to everyone. But it's not just money habits, it's belief systems. You've been told money is the root of all evil, that wanting more makes you greedy, that ambition is selfish. And that's how the system wins, by teaching you that poverty is noble. But tell me this, how are you going to build, protect, lead, or provide anything if you can't afford your own rent? Money is a magnifier. If you're a good man, wealth only extends your reach. Unfortunately, people don't want to build, they want to win the lottery. So they chase the quick fix, the overnight success. They dump money into crypto without understanding the basics. They try drop shipping without discipline. They fall for the fast money. And when it fails, they call the game unfair. But real wealth is slow, quiet, boring, repetitive. And the men who master it don't chase waves, they build machines. Even worse than chasing fantasy is surrounding yourself with people who think small. Friends who mock your ambition, who clown you for saving, who pressure you to blow your paycheck every weekend. If your circle encourages financial suicide, it's not a circle, it's a cage. You can't build freedom surrounded by anchors. But the most dangerous mistake? Not having a vision. Most men stay broke because they never define what rich even means. They make money without purpose, spend without reason, and wonder why nothing sticks. If you don't design your life, every dollar becomes a distraction. You don't need more income, you need direction, a blueprint, a target to aim your discipline at. So ask yourself, are you living on purpose? Are you building anything that lasts? Or are you just surviving on repeat? 10 traps. 1 mindset. You don't have to be a genius to get rich. You just have to stop acting like being broke is inevitable. Subscribe to the Sovereign Doctrine, because poverty is a prison. And no man was born to live without power, ownership, or direction. Forge your code, build your empire, escape the system.